parent decides where the child is going, a parent decides what the child is wearing, a parent decides what the child is eating. But a place where the child is the owner of what the child is doing.
Raise your hand if planning your child's future feels like an endurance sport. And sometimes the race starts even before they can walk on their own, especially if you have your heart set on an elite school. Then what follows are tuitions, coaching classes, extracurriculars, honors, subjects. You chart out an elaborate 20-year plan to take them from preschool to PhD. But what if we told you there's a special ingredient to this recipe for success that could future-proof your child to deal with whatever curveballs come their way? We're talking about the power of play. I'm Rochelle Pinto, the editor of Tweak India, and to help us understand how small hands can achieve big dreams, I'd like to introduce Sibi Fakih, the head of curriculum development at Kangaroo Kids. You know, in my case, I'm the older sibling. I have a sister who's 5 years younger, and my parents were very involved with me, and they couldn't figure out why my sister wasn't just exactly like me. And I was a reader. I started reading very early. My sister was more crafty and she enjoyed like explorations and experimenting. And I think it took them a while to figure out that each child has a different style of learning.
Oh, yes.
And how do you think then that parents, because it's not always practical, especially if you're a working parent, it's not always practical to kind of tailor-make your approach for each child. So what are some of the perhaps easier ways that parents can help each child learn in their own special way?
Rochelle, we need to accept that our children, the children that are born to us, is an interplay of genes, genetics.
And there's no way to control.
You absolutely cannot control it.
Yeah.
And you can't even control what bit of DNA would come from which person in the family. And of course, then there is a lot of environment that comes into play. But you would only get to know that, if you observe your child in multiple situations. And when you do that, you get to know what your child's core being is. All this Gyan, Rochelle, comes from my own personal experience because, I have a 21-year-old son and an 18-year-old daughter. And my son was a builder. So we had Lego sets, we had Lego bricks, and we had so many other construction toys, and he would construct it, spend hours constructing that. Would be
genius.
Completely engaged in it. And then I have a daughter who is a visual, verbal child, and they are very comfortable in their own skin because that's what you want them to be. You can only be a parent till they're 18, maybe 21. Then they are on their path.
I remember when I was a kid and our colony was the place to be in summer vacations because we would have like some 50 kids playing Lagori and catching cook. And how did we manage to organize ourselves? How did we manage to invent new games? And there were leaders and natural leaders emerged.
Exactly.
Natural techniques of problem solving, as you said, compromise. There were many days where I had to learn to compromise. And I feel like there was such an education on that playground, which I now bring even to my role as an editor. I am able to understand people's strengths. I'm able to understand who gets to work with each other, how to get everyone together.
No book teaches you perseverance. No book teaches you collaboration unless you get down on the field and work with people that you and Rochelle, tell me, in your life and in my life, we have had to work with people we do not like. We've had to work with people you don't get along with. But we had to.
We find that perhaps modern parents, they've worked so hard to give their kids this perfect life that they want to make sure that the kid has never had to struggle for anything. The kid always gets whatever the child wants, what the child needs. And, we see how that affects the child as they move on through life. Could you shed a little light on how does this style of parenting actually ultimately play out?
I would turn back and ask these parents that, are they still, satisfied with their lives? Has there ever been a moment in their life where they've kind of stopped and said, I'm self-fulfilled, this is enough, I'm happy, I'm winding down whatever I'm having and I'm going to now sit still at wherever place that I am in life.
Impossible.
That's the same with children. No matter what you give them, no matter how easy you try to make their lives, they will always step up. They will always step up and they will always step up. Whenever you do a step up, there will be challenges. And that will lead to a personal battle. As a parent, what you can do is be there for your child.
And also equip the child with the skills and the resilience to manage their own battles.
Oh yes. You remember, I was just telling you about humor. Laugh at yourself. I said, if you've not fallen down on a full street, please go and fall down. Because that's the worst. You fall down, let everybody laugh at you.
Yeah.
And then that's only there that much to anybody laughing at you.
Exactly. It ends there. What's the worst that will happen?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. In fact, our Tweak slogan is nothing in life is sacred except laughter. Never take yourself too seriously. You should just be able to enjoy life. Sibi, one of the questions we get a lot from our Tweak tribe is how do we limit our child's screen time? Excessive screen time is a problem. I think it's a problem that's becoming even more difficult now because so much of education has also moved into the digital medium. So what is your advice for parents who are struggling with this?
The magic is striking the right balance. My son is a video game player. I hated to see him sitting in front of that screen and playing away. But then I thought, and I kept telling him that don't, what are you doing? Then I started sitting with him. And I understood what that world is and the entire design implication, the AI implication. And I came back a little more learned.
Right.
About the whole of it. There is so much, again, collaboration in that. So much international collaboration in that, And then I said, okay. And because now he understood that I understand what he is doing, we could kind of come to a compromise where I said 1 hour, maybe after dinner. So you could come to that compromise then.
Perfect. You were talking about how parents often, because they can't spend time with their child, they'll put it in front of a screen and say, okay, now at least you're occupied, right? What are the other ways and perhaps the more beneficial ways in which parents can help the child learn independently or use toys like Lego sets or the Lego bricks to create a bond with their child?
See, Lego sets and Lego bricks are, as I would always say, open-ended materials. Now the beauty of open-ended material is you can use it in multiple ways. You can use it to line it, you can use it to create pattern, you can use it to build something, you can use it to build a prototype of something that you want to create. Because there is a lot of control in a child's life. A parent decides where the child is going, a parent decides what the child is wearing, a parent decides what the child is eating. But a place where the child is the owner of what the child is doing. The child is a center, the child is a decision maker. So there is tremendous amount of joy. And then the child gets, kind of involved in it. And when you are building things, there's a lot of spatial development that happens. There's a lot of cognitive development that happens because there's a process to understand that I need to keep a longer brick right at the foundation, put tiny bricks, and on the top needs to have what weight will go with what foundation needs to be there to kind of, and that only happens by trial and error. So I've kind of tried to build it and then it all comes apart. Oh, and I figure, okay, so let me put something else. Trust me, if I'm telling a child, do this, do that, and do this and don't do that, the child has blocked you.
Yeah, absolutely.
The child has blocked you. He's not listening to you. He's listened enough in a day. So he's not listening while he's playing.
We were speaking to Samira Reddy and she was telling us that, the amount of focus and determination and perseverance that her son demonstrates when he plays with Lego bricks is something that, she could not have taught him any other way. And he knows how to then, it's also self-regulation as you were talking about earlier, where he on his own knows that, okay, I'm getting 1 hour, so I'm going to manage my schedule accordingly because I want that 1 hour. And that 1 hour, he's completely focused and she doesn't have to worry about him, his mind bouncing here and there. And I'm sure that you've observed that with other children as well.
Oh yes. Construction play has tremendous amount of learning that comes in with it. So patterning comes in, mathematics comes in, science comes in, STEAM comes in. So all the magic words that the parent use and all the magic words that work with the parent. I do know that STEAM works with the parent, math works with the parent.
Are you telling me that I could have learnt math better if I was just given a Lego set and not been forced to do sums over and over again? Okay, I wish.
So that's where we Kangaroo Kids come in play. But you would have needed somebody to direct it.
Yes.
So while you were sitting and playing, somebody would say, can you give me 2 red red bricks, and then can you add 2 more yellow bricks? So how many bricks do you have? 4 bricks.
Wow, that's genius. Why did I think of that? The Lego group has been hosting Duplo workshops for parents and families, for which Kangaroo Kids have also joined hands. These workshops help parents understand the power of play and how starting early can improve their creativity and confidence. So Sibi, how do you believe that play helps in developing skills?
Rochelle, if you think about it, child is a born learner. I mean, every human is meant to learn. And play is the only way that they learn. Play is a very natural way of making them learn.
You've given us so many fantastic tips, and I'm going to ask you for one last one, especially for young parents, who are already feeling overwhelmed probably, and they just need someone to help them navigate this phase. What is your one tiny bit of advice for young parents?
Young children are very trusting. I would advise the parent to kind of, make use of this trust and let their child believe that they are good and the world around them is a good place to live in.
That's such great advice, and thank you. This is advice that works whether you have a child or not, or whether you're a leader in any space. So it's really life advice. Thank you so much for teaching us about the power of play.